We're back. Yeah, Vector, how could you let your favorite Pokemon get away? Alright, back to picking up side quests.
I think Mid might need some help tidying up that.
Could you let... Yeah, Tengage, how could you let Vector let his favorite Pokemon get away? Dudes was supposed to tell him to tell you. How could we expect a famous streamer like you to pay attention? Exactly. Alright, Moogle, tell me about this Bomb King. Are you on the hunt for a Bomb King, Kupo? If so, I have a billet that might interest you. A Cursebreaker aiming for the Imperial Chase took a wrong turn into a nearby wood, within which she discovered the ruins of a fallen airship, and within them a beast akin to a great ball of fire that chased her screaming from the grove. The soldier later identified the creature in an almanac of echoes, but was firm in her insistence that the bomb she saw was near 10 times the size of the one depicted therein.
Oh, I wasn't expecting you back.
Alright. Few are those who would strive to lighten the burden borne by the crystals cursed. But if we are to survive the coming storm, we must stand together, bearer and brother, as you have shown us. A friend of Northreach. Okay, cool.
Here you are. Come again. I may have more for you.
Why do you keep telling me to come again?
Clive, did you get my letter?
Yeah.
That's why I'm here.
Shh. Otto won't be listening.
Is this better?
A
She's
little.
looking at him like the fuck.
Listen, I've some bad news. It turns out the hideaway may be slightly behind in its payment to certain lenders, and it may be my fault. But I swear to the goddess, I thought I had the numbers square. Sadly, that square turned out to be more of a circle. Zero, you might say. I can straighten it out, I swear, but it's gonna take some time, and I'm gonna need help keeping it from Otto.
Bit late for that, I'd say.
There you are! What a surprise!
So let me get this straight. You forget to pay our lenders what they're due, and instead of coming straight to me, you get Clive to come to you. And I hope he'll dig you out of the hole you've dug for yourself. Clive, the man in charge of the place you've been cheerfully trying to bankrupt. And you thought this was a cunning plan. Why? Well, who needs paying?
Oh, just Martha. And the dame. And, well, Lady Karen. But only 500 talents.
We owe 3 of our most trusted friends 5 million gil.
Each. 5 million each. They lent us the bulk of the money we used to rebuild the hideaway, you see, and, well, I must have made some sort of oversight.
How do you make an oversight? What?
Those ledgers were my responsibility, and it was my decision to entrust them to you. This is my fault.
Do we have that much to hand? I can always ask my uncle.
No, we don't. And no, you won't. We've lightened Lord Rosfield's purse enough. After the king's ransom we had off him, he deserves better than to see our begging bowl. Besides, we'll need to learn to stand on our own if we're gonna make this work.
All right. But that doesn't mean you have to shoulder the burden yourself. Is there anything I can do to help?
There might be. How'd you fancy taking these to Martha and the dame?
Rocks.
Rocks, he says. Worth 1,000 talents apiece, these are.
He's just carrying those around with him.
Something Sid and I set aside for when times got lean. And I reckon 15 million in overdue debt probably qualifies. I just hope our associates' eyes are a bit more discerning than yours.
I'm sure there will be.
Should be me making the rounds, really. But you know how it is with this place. Orders to bark, asses to wipe, and all that.
I know. Which is why I don't mind going in your place.
Go. Do you know why I only gave Master Clive here 2 star rubies?
Because you'd rather Lady Karen killed me.
Because I'd rather Lady Karen killed you. Yes.
Well, I suppose this is goodbye then.
Don't worry. I'm sure Karen will understand.
Really? Do you think so?
No, I don't.
Everyone's busting God's chops. I love it. Oh, fuck. Okay. Where to first? Let's start furthest north and work our way down, I guess. So, go talk to the dame. How's Diz? Diz is good, I think.
There's talk.
He shit himself in public the other day, and he's been really embarrassed about that, but...
Did you hear?
Vector stream? Yeah, Vector is the most famous streamer that we all know, it's true. He's basically a celebrity at this point. I never knew. No, I know. Make sure you give him a follow, Jeremy says.
Without sweet water and oil of talc.
Cheshire did it.
No caravan from the
Cheshire hopes he plays that new Dino Ranch game on stream.
Gifts.
Gifts? Whatever is the occasion.
Star Rupee, one of the 3 brilliant gemstones acquired and set aside by Sid for a rainy day. Otto now deems that day to have arrived and wishes to use the rubies to pay off 3 outstanding debts to Lady Karen, Martha of Martha's Rest, and Isabel of the Vale.
Oh my. Clive, you really have outdone yourself.
Otto asked me to give it to you. To settle the Hideaway's debt with the Vale. And to compensate you for the time it took us to do so.
You disappoint me, Clive. I thought you might finally be warming to me. Tell Otto he can keep his baubles. I tried to tell him as much the first time around. The man owes me nothing, nor does the Hideaway. My contribution to the restoration effort was made freely and willingly. It was the least I could do.
You once told me Sid did you a kindness. I'd like to do the same. Please, accept it. For my sake. And for Otto's. For all of us. For all you've done.
It is rather fetching, isn't it? Very well. Otto is lucky to have you, Clive. I doubt anything could ever replace his son. But you and the others at the Hideaway are the closest thing he has to family.
Otto had a son.
Long ago, yes. Sid told me Otto lost him when he was just a boy, and blamed himself for not being able to stop it. I don't know how it happened, whether there was anything he could have done, but it was clear that it weighed heavily on him.
I didn't know.
How could you have? I doubt anyone did. Besides Sid, I've never met a man more keen to bear his sorrows in stoic silence. An ill habit, given that both have always been surrounded by friends desperate to help them.
I'm beginning to see that.
There you go. Now we gotta travel over somewhere else. That's one side quest thing done. Alright, we got 2 things to do here in Cressida. Apparently I still have another side quest to pick up in the main town, or in the Hideaway. So. Hey Martha.
Clive, we weren't expecting you.
I wasn't expecting to be here. But it seems we still owe you a considerable amount of coin for your help with our rebuilding efforts. And though I doubt it's what you were expecting, we were hoping you'd take this as payment.
Another star ruby.
A star ruby? I can't accept this. It's worth at least twice what you owe me. More if you can find yourself the right buyer.
Think of the difference as interest.
Interest? If word got out I charged that much, no one would ever borrow from me again. Anyway, why are you the one here asking me about this? I'd have expected Otto. Bit much sending the Lord Marquis out to settle your debts, isn't it? The old goat working himself to death again?
Something like that. Most days I think he's the only reason the hideaway's still standing.
Same as always, eh? Back when the place was nothing but a twinkle in the eye of a recently retired Lord Commander, word is he was the first one Sid reached out to. Probably knew that without his strong arm and level head, the idea would never get off the ground. Sid may have been the face of the hideaway, but Otto's always been the backbone. And when Sid passed away, we were all worried that would be the end of it. That Otto would just give up.
His death was hard on everyone. But it must have hit Otto hardest of all.
But he didn't give up, did he? Quite the opposite, in fact. If I recall, he was the one who nominated you as Sid's replacement, and rallied the rest around you. I reckon what he saw in Sid, he saw in you too. And don't we all? Doesn't hurt that you're half as stubborn and twice as handsome, neither. That, and you keep good company.
I suppose I do. Gaute will want to know the stones were delivered. If he's still with us.
That one was named Palatial Diaper. Also, why the fuck did 3 bots just zoom in on my channel? The fact that they're so, like, prevalent tells me that there are people who have to be using that service. And by service, I mean getting scammed by them, because I highly doubt you're getting anything for your money. Guys, join dudes for a boss fight. What are you doing, Mini Cat? I see you there being Mini. Alright guys, we're heading over to Cressida to find some elder antelopes. Yeah, Nelson couldn't survive.
Let's go.
Dudes, what do you think of the chocobo?
Fly, Ambrosia.
10 gauge, yes. Piamet likes to be.
If I were a giant antelope, it would seem like just the place. I doubt we'll find one bigger than that. You hungry, Torgal?
Got headbutt. Look at headbutt me, you fucker. Think twice about that, bitch. What he gets.
Now, will it be enough, I wonder? I say that answers my question. Which means we owe the lawsman our thanks. You're just a big puppy, aren't you? A very big puppy. You do know you can take that with you, Torgal. Lady Karen will be relieved to hear you've got your appetite back. Come on, boy.
Alright, so normally we would go and turn that in to Karen right now. But actually, we're going to head back over to... Where is the closest? Might be this one? I don't think it's that one. Actually, it might be this one, yeah. Might be the closest one. Where am I? Okay, this is not the closest, but we'll just teleport there. There we go. Alright. And now, where we're heading is actually an area that we've not been to before. Now, we're going to be going to this spot a few times over the course of the game. I'm pretty sure it's all side quest related. Both of us killed that thing before I could even like get off my shot. Anyway, so we're gonna be heading over here to an area that's just off the map. It's not an area that I think we go to ever for the main quest, but it's pretty neat. You get like this gated area and you're like, huh, this is pretty cool. What's back here? And then you run through here and yeah, find out what's back here. Because that's what happens when you walk down paths. You'll just try to make it through. Congrats, you guys defeated Prime Invader Gaute. Congrats. Well, looky what we have here. Rank B for Bomb King.
Look what we have here. Greetings, Your Majesty. Too slow.
Alright, this is the one where he creates like little versions. I'm not too concerned about that now. Because they'll just usually just explode after a little bit, so ends up not mattering.
Too slow.
Now he's gonna fire a little one. Or not. He's gonna... Alright, this guy doesn't have a break meter. What the fuck am I doing? Ooh, that was not a good pass to do that. Fucker's just getting caught up in the tornado. That's what I was waiting for. We create that and now they're all gonna explode. But they think they're good. Oh, he's gonna charge more than once. That's new. And back. There we go. Got him. Vector, you won. You can't say you never win. I did win. For once. We did it. Oh, we got a bomb ember. Figuratively, the smoldering soul of a bomb given life by unknown magics. Literally, a very hot rock. Fortunately, there are myriad uses for such a thing, obtained by defeating the Bomb King. Alright.
Your reign is over. Now to collect the...
So, when I last did this, I actually forgot to equip, to pick up the bomb ash and just kind of fucked off, and then I had to run back here and get it.
That should do it.
Alright, now we'll go back and talk to Owain. And turn in our quests that we have to turn in here.
All right there, Sid. How's that hunt for the bomb ash going?
I have it here.
Oops. It is hypothesized that the bomb's inclination to self-destruct during violent encounters is a form of collective preservation, akin to how a honeybee will sting a threat to the hive at the cost of its own life.
That's the stuff. And plenty of it, too. Enough to keep the Olympic bubbling away for a good old while. You're a gent, Sid. Let none say otherwise. Right then. Let's get this contraption up and running.
Okay. It sounds like this guy's rubbing one out. Sometime later.
There we have it. The Telemon Alembic. And it works just like the chief said it would.
Very impressive.
Says the man who cut down a burning boulder. Speaking of which, I still haven't returned the favor.
There's no need. The good it will do for the hideaway is reward enough.
Don't be silly. Why don't you let me take a look at that bag of yours? The one you keep your potions in. Reckon I could work some magic on that, huh?
What kind of magic?
Well, we happen to have isolated a substance in our test run of the Alembic that I reckon will make even the toughest lever supple as anything. Thought we might use it to breathe new life into old boots and the like. Save the hideaway a few gil. But I reckon if we slap a bit on your bag, it'll loosen it up enough for you to squeeze in a bottle or two more.
Well, it can't hurt to try, I suppose.
That's the spirit. Leave it with me. I'll only be a mo.
He'll only be a mo. Just a mo.
Well, what do you reckon?
It certainly feels more flexible.
Right? Told you.
Thank you. I think.
No. Thank you for supporting Mid and the rest of us in our endeavors. Without you, we'd never have been able to discover wonders like that stuff I rubbed on your back. And I'm telling you, there's plenty more where that came from.
This man hitting on me? Fuck yeah, take that, Vector. He caught the star. Oh, we got a treated potion satchel. With the same exotic compound that was applied to the leather of this satchel be kneaded into a pair of boots, they should certainly become supple enough to accommodate a man with 20 toes. Necessary for increasing consumable inventory capacity. Man also gave me some black blood. I don't know what's up with that, but... And yeah, so this quest is good because you can increase your inventory, so... Okay, cool. So now we can hold more potions, and nothing wrong with that.
Wish I could take one off.
Hey, we have to return to the hideaway and speak with Gaute now that we gave the star rubies to Martha and Isabel. What do you think is going to happen with the third star ruby that Gaute was supposed to give to Lady Karen?
I noticed you and Torgal had gone off somewhere. Take him for a walk, did you?
You could say that.
So, Molly's leftovers weren't good enough, eh? That'll teach me for treating you like you're still a pup. All right, no need to shout. Now we know what you're after, I can see about getting some in.
Speaking of which, I brought one for later. Can I leave it with you?
Elder Antelope Femur, 5. Short of slaying a behemoth, or curl, a bison, a minotaur, or an adamantoise, one would be hard-pressed to find a larger leg bone. If this does not satisfy Torgal's ancestral hunger, chances are nothing will. Cheshire caught a frost moth.
You can, eh? I'm nice like that. In return, you can thank Tomes for me. The bloody know-it-all.
I was just on my way to see him.
We were just on our way to see him.
Ah, Clive. Were you able to locate your quarry?
We were indeed, Lawsman. You pointed us in exactly the right direction. And Torgal's been a very happy hound ever since.
Very good, very good.
Lady Karen sends her thanks, by the way, for your part in solving the mystery.
Ah. But that reminds me. After your last visit, I found myself pondering Torgal's talents. Do you recall our conversation concerning Lady Jill's role in Torgal's transformation?
About how she somehow woke the power within him.
Precisely that. A reasonable conclusion, I thought, but one which raised certain questions in my mind. You see, the Fenrir of legend served Shiva and Shiva alone, and while the powers attributed to him are certainly impressive, the records imply they are somewhat different in nature to those you described Torgal as having used.
What are you suggesting?
That Torgal may be the beneficiary of more than one icon's power. Consider that in addition to Lady Jill, he has served as a loyal companion to you, your brother, and even the late Cid. In short, the icons hitherto near at hand, or should I say at paw, have been diverse and plenty, and that number has only grown as the realm's dominance have fallen to your sword. One can but speculate as to how all of this has affected Torgal,
He has seemed more fierce of late.
And if I'm not mistaken, he will grow fiercer still. We are fortunate indeed to be able to count him amongst our allies and not our adversaries.
Indeed.
Oh, he's more than an ally. He's a friend.
Aww. And there we go. We completed that quest as well. Got a few more renown. We got Cavil's Fang. Even a legendary king, surrounded by the realm's greatest knights and blessed by the very heavens, would have found himself hard-pressed to unite the warring tribes of ancient Villisea. Fortunately, he had the help of his fine and trusty hound, Cavil. I don't know if we should equip that. I had another item I was supposed to equip, but... What do we got? We got that. Alright, Favor of Earth, Upheaval. We're not currently using Upheaval, so yeah, here we go. Torgal, you're a little stronger for a little longer. Okay, before we go talk to Gaute and then use the Ignac at Dalamil there, we're going to take a quick break. It'll be the last 30 minutes of today's stream. Don't go anywhere.